I tell you to clap. I'm startled
3,
by the
2,
clap.
1, let's go, bitch.
Welcome to the Too Much Podcast.
Welcome.
Too much after dark, some would say.
Too much after dark. Check our windows.
There's no sun out there today.
Guys, this ain't a studio. Did you know? This is a real house with real rooms that real humans live in.
Like a studio's not real.
A studio isn't real.
It's a real
It's
room.
all made up. Nope. It's Hollywood magic.
This is... Oh, God.
Guys, I need to share something.
Yeah, tell me what's up.
I had Taco Bell for dinner.
You did.
And let me just say, as
She comes in here like a bat out of hell.
100%.
With a Taco Bell box.
And know that, like, here's what I thought I was walking into. I thought I was walking into what I walked into earlier today. Because, you know, I stop by Hayden's house at least, you know, twice a day. And
can't wait to be neighbors.
I thought I was going to be walking into the kids, maybe still being awake, like, bebopping around, trying to go to bed. She's, like, running around like a chicken with her head cut off, trying to figure it out. And I was just going to come in with my Taco Bell box and just hee-hee-ha-ha the whole day long. Well, let me tell you, her husband Michael got home early, and I walk into him crouched down
like an animal
in the hallway. I can't tell if it's a human man, if it's Gus, if it's Hayden. I can't tell who it is.
She thought I was having an affair.
I just was like, what is happening? And I was just like, and so I come in again with my, I just as spontaneously. Hello. I didn't do my vocal exercises before this. And it shows.
Emergency?
As spontaneously as someone can. And what I mean by that is I am crossing a red light. Taco Bell's on one corner. I'm crossing a red light, and just crossing that one light, I've said, "Yep, I'm gonna be skirting in here." I come in with that energy only to see a grown human on the floor, and I'm like, "What?" And so I'm literally stunned.
It's called playing Paw Patrol, Morgan. Look it up.
And you know, I think I will.
She was Chase. He was Rubble, and he was carrying her into the bedroom.
And I wish I knew what any of those people did.
Same.
Or what they are.
They only know because my parents let them watch Paw Patrol.
Yeah. So, Hayden, what you need to know, guys, is that, so Hayden, again, as we say, she's a great parent. But the one, but there's just like one thing.
Asterisk.
That's very big about her parenting is that she does not allow TV. And
much to my kids' chagrin.
Yes. Yeah. They are not into this, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I've told Hayden on numerous occasions, if her and Michael, for some reason, there's some tragedy and they're gone, and their kids are for some reason given to me in like a real like raising hell situation.
If the will is burned and Morgan's the one who ends
and
up
I'm the one
children.
who's like, well, shit, I guess this is on me. I said I will do my very best to raise them in a way that you envisioned, but I can't uphold the TV.
Yeah, she does have to have the TV concession.
They will be having the TV. I don't have it in me to entertain that long.
I don't entertain.
But
they can entertain themselves.
Yes, and that's true.
That's the biggest myth in parenting is that you have to sit in front of them and entertain them all day.
Yeah.
Children have imaginations for a reason.
Yeah, for sure.
This is now a parenting podcast. Unfortunately,
and we gotta cut it off.
I will be taking over.
And no, we gotta cut that off. We're here for much more fun things than that. But I say that to say that's just a fun little thing. Anyways, yeah, the Taco Bell was pretty good. I didn't realize I got a very basic box. I thought I was getting some like very interesting things. But I really just got a crunchy taco. I got a beef and cheese burrito. And some other kind of like taco-ish
like a
thing.
torta.
Yeah, like a torta thing. Now, I will say like the whatever that was in, like the puffy taco shell, delicious. It's like kind of crunchy. It was delicious. Had chicken in it. Didn't expect that. But they didn't have the nacho fries. Like they didn't have the fries with cheese. So I was like, that's annoying. And also, can I just say,
you can,
as someone who frequents a fast food restaurant, love a drive-thru, that menu is startling. It looked like a 3-year-old Excel spreadsheet. There were 17,000 options. They were so small. And I was like, so I literally like, first of all, I roll in. I quickly text Hayden, do you want anything? And I'm thinking again, she's probably in the bathroom.
She's in the war.
Kids. So like, she's not going to see this, but I'm going to offer anyways.
which we appreciate.
And if it was any other place, I would know what to order her, but at Taco Bell, no idea.
It's a free-for-all.
So I think there's a car in front of me. I'm like, perfect. I've got at least 2 minutes to kind of like gaze at this
Well, you don't have your readers on, so you can't read it.
Well, you know I have 20/20 vision, first of all. And second, this car is in and out 5 seconds.
Because they know.
Like, literally said, probably said, large Baja Blast, see at the window. And so I pull up, and I have to say, like a grandparent, like, hey, can I just get a minute real quick? And I swear on my life, I look in my backseat to, like, pretend like someone's there. Like, I'm just like, in case you were watching me, I just need you to know, like, I need you to think I'm not just ordering for myself. So
do
then...
Do they watch you?
I don't know, but it's always been a fear of mine. Or not fear, but just like a... I wouldn't be shocked if I found that out.
How do they know we're there?
Exactly. Wait. Great thought.
How do they know we're there?
Because if it's just a voice box.
Oh my god.
No, there's a camera in there. I'm going to tell you right now, we've been watched all along.
God damn it.
And that's what y'all need to be thinking about. That's what you need to be thinking about. We just broke the
third wall.
Third wall. The glass ceiling.
Fourth wall?
I'm not sure. I was going like emergency glass, which is definitely wrong.
No, I was going for...
Shattered the glass. That's what I was trying to find.
I don't think any of
this French 75 ain't helping me.
So Michael being home early, I did require his assistance in making alcohol drinks for us. Because it's too much after dark. Also, on the vein of beverages, I do have to tell you what's been going on in my life.
Talk about it. I'm telling y'all, she's been bursting at the seams to tell y'all about this. Bursting at the seams. And I've been the one having to hear about it. So
our friend Callie, you've heard of her. You've seen her. Sure. We wore matching dresses in Hawaii.
You know the one. Our triplet.
Yes.
She looks just like us.
Just like she has been on her bullshit about her coffee that she makes every morning for years. A year?
Because, let me say, that her and Derek both, for a long time, multiple years, went to Starbucks every single day.
Yeah,
both of them.
The people knew Derek.
Oh, absolutely. And when I say Derek has a complicated order, it's 18 bullet points long.
He's happy to give it to you.
He will text it to me and I just read it word for word. I always get it on my birthday for my birthday drink because it's $17. And but the thing is, like, the stereotype is that the wives always go to Starbucks. But I'm telling you, Derek was in that drive-thru. And there were times when we were working together, he would walk in at 9 o'clock with his Starbucks. He'd look at me at 3 o'clock pretty much on the dot every single day and be like, Starbucks wrong? I'm like, brother, you are made of money.
You're going broke.
Yeah, like, you're either made of money or you're bankrupt. Because let me tell you, I had Starbucks twice in 1 month, and Clay's like, now, we've been getting a little loose. Like, okay, I got an iced coffee that's still the one thing under $4, but okay, sure.
He said, what do you think I am?
Yeah.
A millionaire?
Literally, I said, honestly, I did think that.
And here we are.
And here we are.
I thought we had Williamson money.
I thought there was oil in that ground. There's not. Just dirt.
Just dirt.
Just
dirt.
Ants. And ants. Yeah. But anyway, so Callie's now on this. So
yes, okay, so Callie and Derek got an espresso, I think within like a year ago, maybe a little bit longer.
Decided to cut back,
Decided to cut back.
Cut back on their space.
They get an espresso, they figure it out. My parents have an espresso. They haven't figured it out. I do not like coffee at my parents' house because they are the kind that try all the different pods all the time, and they're like, this one's cool and this one's whatever. Yeah. And it's like, no, I want an iced or hot latte.
Yeah.
With the perfect amount of syrup, not too sweet, not too not sweet.
Yeah, so crucial.
What's the bitter? Not too bitter.
Yeah.
What's the opposite of not sweet in coffee? Bitter.
Not too sweet, not too not sweet.
Not too sweet, not too not sweet.
Share that with your barista next time you order.
Hey, real quick. I'm gonna stop. Yeah. I'm gonna stop that train before it gets off. So,
we were barreling off.
We were about to go off the rails.
Barreling off the road.
So, that's what I want, and it has just been a journey. So for the past year, for me, I've been drinking the vanilla latte pre-made from Starbucks that you can get at Publix, cut in half with black Starbucks coffee. And it's a nightmare, and it's expensive. We're not doing well financially.
Yeah, both are tough. We're both in home renovations. We ain't got money like that.
We ain't got money like that. So it's not, and it's kind of started to taste chemically to me, which I cannot do. Like, not my vibe. Yeah. So we go to Hawaii, and they have an espresso there because it's so important to them. And they've got, like, they make it, like, the first 2 days they make it for us, and then they teach us how to fish, if you will.
Yes.
And so then I'm in bed, and I'm looking at Michael when he wakes up, and I'm like, coffee, and he like makes me a latte, and I'm like in bed drinking my coffee, and then I walk out in a robe, and I'm like, this is peak.
Yeah.
And the coffee's perfect.
It's perfect.
So what's a girl to do but order an espresso as soon as she gets home when Williams-Sonoma's doing 25% off a bundle?
What's a girl to do?
What's the girl to do? Put it in the cart. You know, I love a package.
You do love a package.
So I do this, and I get the frother because I got to be able to have the cold or the hot milk. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And then I order
options.
The exact type of pod that Callie tells me, and the exact type of syrup that Callie tells me. But I do add a little pumper thing because I think that's going to help me control how much I put into it.
Yes.
Yesterday it got here. The UPS doesn't come to my house until post 4 p.m., which is a real devastating thing for me because at my old house or any other house before, it's always been mid-afternoon, and this is really too late for me, honestly.
Yeah, that's tough, yeah.
All of that to say, I got here, I'm champagne drunk last night setting it up, I prep it, I have everything laid out, and this morning I wake up and I make myself an iced coconut latte.
Mm-hmm.
It changed my life.
Yeah.
I'm just sort of crying.
There are tears. There are real tears cresting in her eyes. No, guys, I have to tell you, it really was so sweet. So I call her at a very normal 10 p.m. last night.
Casual. Michael's not down. We're never going to sleep.
Yeah, Michael's not down. I'm like, listen, I'm driving up from Easley. You're going to have to talk
available.
to me. Hey, to tell you, you're going to have to talk to me. And so we're just chit-chatting, and it really was so sweet. She was like getting it all set up. She was so excited. And I
said, do you want to come over tomorrow for coffee?
Literally, she's like, do you want to come to the cafe? And I'm like, literally would love to, but you know I have Pilates, and you know I'm not getting up before that to go with it. Like, that's just too crazy. But I did make my way over here at about 12 o'clock, so I guess I could have had a coffee then, but I say that to say it was very sweet because I could tell you it was pure joy.
I don't look forward to waking up in the morning because I hate waking up, and I looked forward to waking up in the morning.
That's huge.
Yeah,
that's where, so we have an espresso as well. Producer Allie gifted us the Nespresso because they were gifted 2 for their wedding. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing, can I buy the other one? And she was like, yeah, I'm gonna give it to you. And I was like, and I literally cried at Christmas. It's fine. That's great. So we've had an espresso and I'm obsessed, but it's been in storage, like Dum-Dums. And so I kind of forgot
how great it was.
Yeah, I kind of like, I was just like, yeah, no, like I wasn't presently missing my Nespresso until
you also like black coffee.
I do like black coffee.
I do not.
Yeah, it's a thing about me. I don't know why. It's complex, I guess.
I know exactly why. It's because Brad Cooper told you when you were 18 that if you drank 3 days of black coffee and you got yourself to like it, then you could be a youth pastor. And look at you now.
And look at me now. A youth pastor. The best of all of them.
Forcing yourself to like black coffee for no fucking reason.
Now, I did put cream in my coffee this morning. You know what's funny is my dad.
You gotta tell him what you texted. That was a funny text.
Oh, it was funny. It might be a
niche.
You had to be there kind of thing.
I don't know.
But we were all texting in our little group message of the people who went to Hawaii, and we were all.
Do you remember that we went to Hawaii?
Do you remember that? Because we will continue to bring it up for the rest of this podcast.
Yes.
When I say podcast, I mean the longevity of the life of this podcast,
and also our lives. So.
Yeah, not just this current one.
Right.
But no, so we're all texting, and literally we're all just grieving the fact that we're not in Hawaii. Clay sends a literal poem.
It's hilarious.
Absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. That's for the Patreon members.
Yes, yeah, that will come one day. But I did text him. So Hayden was texting, super excited about how she had made her coconut latte. She felt like she was on the island again. And I texted, well, I put creamer in my coffee just to feel something this morning.
Which
so that's where we were at. Yeah, that's where we were at because it was true.
It's comedy.
It was true because I suffer from post-vacation depression for a while. Like it's not just a one and done thing for me.
This is one to be mourning.
100%. But buying the Nespresso is the perfect coping mechanism, right?
I couldn't agree more.
Like it's just like you gotta cope somehow.
I also bought. We're on a spinning freeze.
Did you hear that, folks? A spending freeze.
Also bought. This is a business expense,
right?
And with an espresso, I'm saving money. It's either I go to Summer Moon, which is right by my house, or
no, you ain't gotta convince me, girl. I love a girl math. To me, your savings already stacked up.
I also got some Palm Springs themed outfit options.
Yes, you did.
For a party we have coming up. And boy, there's one with feathers that really sent me.
Oh, it's amazing.
So that's helped with my
See, that's what I need. I need a good buy.
A good just cha-ching.
Y'all know how much I love to purchase something. But it was funny because I too got the spending freeze chat yesterday. So we were like, y'all know you've learned enough about me. I'm always under his eye.
Under his eye, praise be.
Of the CFO, of course.
So hands made stay.
But But we weren't on an official spending freeze. Like, it was just kind of like, yeah, we're gonna watch what we're, whatever.
Oh, now you're on an official one.
And now it is like,
now it is
notarized. It is, unless it's house related. No. Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah. You're telling me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Producer Allie told me a story today about how her husband, Caleb, told her no for the first time. Yes, he looks exactly like Adam Driver.
It is startling every time I see him.
It is startling. It is.
Every time I walk in and see him, I'm like,
yeah. It really is. It's wild. It's the facial hair. It's everything. It's cheekbones. Everything. It's the hair. Like, literally everything.
If he was the same height, I would be.
Yeah. Well, he could win like a
hard pressed to believe. But because he's not, that's when I like check myself.
Yeah, that's when it's like, wait a minute, hold on.
Not in the presence of an actor. Okay,
yeah,
got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Don't jump on it.
Yep.
But producer Allie told me a story about how he told her no for the first time in their marriage. They've been married for 3 years.
This was recently?
And this was today, and she told me yes.
She slapped him in the face?
Yes, that's what I said. I said, stop him now. I said, if he thinks
don't
for a second,
don't
give him an inch, because he's going to realize. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. But it was perfect, and I loved it. I didn't love it for her because I want her to have everything she wants.
Right.
And the thing is,
she'll get
it. She'll get it, and I love it for her. But yeah, that was a hilarious moment because I was like, yeah.
We're gonna shut that down.
Tell me what it's like. Mm-hmm. Tell me what it's like. Mm-hmm. We always joke that whenever she wants to buy something, she'll send it to Caleb and be like, look, this is what I'm gonna buy. And he's always like, oh my gosh, get me something. And I'm like, I'm obsessed with that energy.
That's Derek energy.
Absolutely. It's the same thing as Derek. Yep. Where I text Clay something and he's like,
oh, I don't text Michael anything.
Really, I don't text him
because I don't want to know his opinion.
No, well, and I also,
because it's only going to depress me.
Yeah, I don't want to open up the option. I'm a big, like, I'd rather just ask for forgiveness.
Yeah.
Or return it.
Well, so the Nespresso of it all, I was like talking to him, I was like, I really think like we could save money, like, I'm always craving, and I'm dropping the kids off at school, like if we get in the habit of me making these lattes at the house, like we're gonna save like a lot of money, it's $6-7 the tip, like blah blah blah. And he looks at me, instead of being like, yeah, no, that's a great way to save money, he spins it the other way and says, yeah, that's definitely not sustainable for you to get lattes out every day. And I'm like, okay, and see, here's the problem.
And you're looking at the wrong thing.
This is a cup half empty situation.
Right.
We could have poured it half full.
Yep.
And we could have said, yep, you are saving money. Thanks, bitch.
Yep. But you didn't choose to look at that.
You chose violence.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore,
we're choosing violence right now.
We're in an argument.
Mm-hmm.
We're in an anchorment.
An anchorment. 100%. And y'all don't know this yet, but Michael and I...
Oh, arch nemesis.
And... and so I just need one thing. That's all I need.
This ain't a 3 strikes you're out. This is a one and done, baby.
I'm ready to go. I'm my enemy? Absolutely. Let's talk about it.
It's so funny.
And it's because he challenges me humor-wise.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
She doesn't like that.
I don't like that. And so, that's just all you need to know about that.
And you know what? We're going to put a pin in it. What are we talking about today? 20 minutes deep.
Literally 20 minutes deep. And we've just talked about what's going on today. Oh, we hadn't even caught up from the week. And that's terrifying.
And we've already seen each other.
Mm-hmm.
And
and this is just
this is every time we get together.
Every time.
There's never enough hours in the day for me to talk more.
Never. I'm telling you.
Never has
always more to say. We'll leave and then I'm like, oh shit, I gotta call her real quick. And then
it's
I call
so
her.
True. There are friends that you can sit in silence. Callie.
Yes.
And I so love that. We can sit there and we don't have to talk, or we do. And if we do, it's about what she saw on TikTok that I'll never understand.
Yeah.
Or someone's house tour that she watched.
Yep.
Or the book that she's reading. And I'm thrilled by it. But then we can just go back into silence. There's never silence for us because we can't shut the fuck up.
Ever.
It's every single thought that comes in our head we have to share with each other, and I don't understand it.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's wild.
We need medical attention.
There's literally no silence. Like,
and I'm a very silent, like I don't like noise.
Yeah, no, that's that. Yeah,
but so it's your fault.
That's been an interesting thing. Hello. There it is.
Wow.
Okay. We've gone off the rails.
Let's bring it back. Let's
bring it back.
Let's talk about what we're going to talk. You want to tell them or you want me to tell them?
I want you to tell them.
Okay. We have... let me give you some context.
Yep. Hey, the short story? I'm going to make it longer. Let's go.
When we were growing up, we went to this church. It has a lot of trauma, whatever. And the thing that they did that kind of like got you in, and I'll call it like a cult because it is, but it was like, oh, we have 5 core values. we thought it'd be funny to do a riff off of having core values, but then we thought we'd take it a step further and not talk about religious trauma yet so we can string you along.
Yeah.
And do, what are the five things?
5 things, yep.
That we would bring to a desert island.
Yes. Like, so incredibly valuable to us. Now, we are going to do core values.
We are going to do core values, but you got to give me some time.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to get Morgan to do a tell-all.
Yes.
She won't. I'm going to try to get her to do a tell-all.
She's going to try. But I love the the want, you know? I have something and she can't get it.
I can't get it. I'm like
I'm holding the key, and I love that. So I will be holding on to that for as long as I possibly can. I'm the squirrel in Ice Age with you about religion. Absolutely. Truer words, I'm gonna tell you right now. Never spoken. Yep. Truer words never spoken.
Thank you.
So yes, no, 100%. So we will do that, but we're gonna core
values is gonna come, but this is funnier.
Yeah, we kind of started like talking about it today, and then we were like, wait, this is funny. This is we want to go this route.
Yes.
And so yeah, because this is such a classic icebreaker. What? Icebreaker question?
You need medical attention.
I do. I really do. I'm post this.
We're going to the hospital.
Oh, we're going to the hospital. Except we're not. I would never.
She couldn't. I'll do CPR. We'll figure it out.
I would more ready burn it down before go there.
I know.
But yeah, it's a classic icebreaker that I feel like but when those come to us, you freeze. Right? Like it's like, oh God, I don't know what I'm gonna say. Like,
and you know what we found today is that we know each other's.
Yes. So much easier to call someone else's out.
Another good icebreaker that I think we should do an episode on.
Okay.
I think we've talked about this. Is what 5 songs you would give someone to identify who you are.
Yes.
Now, I think it's going to be really hard for Morgan to do.
Incredibly hard. You can't even imagine.
I think it's going to be very easy for me to do.
Yeah. Well, Hayden can tell you her 5 right now.
Yeah. Which I'm not going to.
Yeah. No. That's to say. But for me, it will take me weeks to think about
when we were in the bonfire in Hawaii, do you remember that we went to Hawaii?
And there was a bonfire on the beach?
That we had a bonfire on the beach.
That we had a huge tray of sushi.
And I had an edible.
That too.
One of the questions was the song one. And Morgan completely was like in a tailspin.
Froze.
Whatever. But then I really feel like the icebreaker questions are the most fun.
They really are.
With people you've known for forever.
Yes. It's so fun. It's fun because it really is. Like, it is so much easier. Like, I'm telling you, like, we started talking about Hayden's core values / desert items things today. I'm telling you, I was 1, 2, 3. Like, and same with her. She's like, oh, let me run out to the mailbox. Coming back here, I have 5. And I thought, it's like, it's so fun. Normally, those settings are like with people you don't know, but really,
and you have to come up with yourself, and that's a nightmare.
Wait, is our new crusade bringing back the icebreaker?
Yes, but with your
with your besties.
I love it.
It's like the people that you shouldn't icebreak with.
Yes.
That's what you need to do.
It's like what we did when we first started posting on Instagram, and it was like how you see this person, and it had the 8 or the 9.
Oh, yes.
That's what this is.
Yes,
like.
That was so fun. Yeah.
That's
really, it's just grown-up personality test is what we're talking about.
And what you've got to do is you've got to reach out to the people you're closest with, like 3, 4, 5 closest people, and be like, okay, here's the question, tell me mine.
Yeah. Like an icebreaker night, kind of like how people
hold on,
hold on,
Callie, get the theme equipment ready,
get it going, get the stickers ready.
No, I love it.
That would be so fun.
No, we need to do that.
If you post the icebreaker and then you do a PowerPoint to show all of your friends what they are.
That's hilarious.
That's so fun.
We got to do that.
Yeah, and if you do that with your friends, we want to see it.
Yes, and also you're welcome.
Oh yeah, you can come to us too, for sure.
Yes,
totally.
So the premise is this. If you are stranded on a desert island and you got to bring 5 things, what would they be? Now, let me give you a caveat to this. Rationality doesn't exist here.
No, of course not.
We are saying what we're saying and we're leaving it. I mean, we're going to give you an explanation, but the conduit through which that is getting there.
Yeah, don't think about it.
We're not worried about it.
Yeah, don't think about it.
This is fantasy.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Too Much Fantasy podcast.
Too Much Island. And that's an idea.
Fantasy Island, isn't that a thing?
Maybe Love Island is, and I'm obsessed with it.
You know, I can't do reality TV. Okay. So, Morgan.
Yes.
What would be, I think we should do 1 and 1 and 1 and 1.
Yeah.
They go back and forth.
Yeah, love it.
What would be, what you would bring, what's the first thing you would bring if you're stranded on a desert island? Deserted island? Because it's not desert, it's an island. There's water.
Wow.
How about, let's say...
This is an education podcast.
This podcast, have you ever heard of Neil deGrasse Tyson? That's who I am. Have
No,
you?
I have no idea who that is.
He did something with the stars, I think.
Oh, love that.
I'm Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Now now he I know.
Perfect.
No, he's my guy.
Okay. If you're on an island stranded, you get to pick 5 things to bring. Tell me number 1.
Number 1 is my accessory shelf. This one,
I need you to unpack this one.
yeah. This one was expertly created or came from Hayden. And as soon as she said it, I was like, duh.
Yeah.
Duh.
But why just the shelf?
Because if you think for one goddamn second that I will be on this island without my bracelets and earrings and necklaces and hair clips and all of my accessories
everything
on,
she's ever owned.
rings, everything.
Scarf.
You're dead wrong.
Glasses.
Scarves.
Hat.
Oh, because here's what you need to know real quick. I'm bringing back a hair scarf. And Hayden doesn't think I can do it, and I can.
Well,
I picture proof.
I don't think you can because I can't.
Right. She wants to bring me down, and I will not let her. Because I'm telling you, picture proof, I can rock it, she can't.
Here's my one nice thing I'll say about you today.
Okay.
Morgan can
It's
wear...
honestly about time.
Okay.
That's fine. Keep going.
All right. Morgan can wear an accessory. Morgan can wear so many accessories, unlike anyone I've ever seen.
Wow.
If I today went and put on anything that I think Morgan would wear and walked in here right now, I would look like an absolute clown.
Yeah.
I put on giant earrings the other day, and Gus looks at me and goes, "You're so pretty. You look like Morgan." And I was like,
so sweet, my Gussie goo.
I'm telling you, I look like a straight up hooker when I go full Morgan energy, and for some reason it works on Morgan, and there's no hooker era at all.
Yeah.
So
I think it has to do with my height.
I'm pretty tall too, though. I'm not as tall as you.
No. I don't know.
But it's the same. No,
it might just be a thing.
It's the blue eyes.
True.
Because
and for you, it will always be my blue eyes.
It'll always be your blue eyes, and it'll always be my brown eyes.
Yeah.
When I wear any sort of eye
it's the
makeup,
thing she's most jealous of. If you think she's jealous of Allie, let me tell you, she's even more jealous of my blue eyes.
When I wear any sort of eye makeup, I can barely do mascara. I look like I'm on a street corner, ready to suck a dick. And my name's Trixie Mattel. And I'm going...
No, not Trixie Mattel. You know I love her to death.
Right, but I'm the off-brand of her.
True. You're Pixie Patel.
I'm Pixie Patel. And I'm going, "Hey, sweetie, you want to hook?" It ain't good.
It ain't cute. Yeah.
And it's my brown eyes. And I think there's something about the accessories. But you're on a desert island.
I'm on a desert island.
All of your accessories are already on your body. You have to have a shelf to put them on.
I have to have a shelf because I can't sleep in them. I'm not crazy.
For an Instagram post.
Obviously. It's my most. I mean, I like to think a lot of things in my life are aesthetic, but that's like if you see a picture, it's me. You know what I'm saying? Like if you see my accessories,
yes,
you automatically know who I am.
Yes,
and they mean so much to me. Yes. They mean so much to me. They always will mean so much to me. Feel naked without them.
I think I already added to the Instagram, but I'll add to the carousel for this week what you brought to Hawaii.
It was pounds.
It was a
pounds.
It was Claire's. It was a Claire's jewelry store.
It really was.
It was a Morgan's curated Claire's jewelry store.
It really was.
Stolen right out from the Haywood Mall.
And right in my pockets. Except you never put them in your pockets. That's the first place they look. You should always know that.
I didn't.
Yeah, you never put your things in your pockets.
Okay, so if I become a klepto, where do I put them? In my bra?
Absolutely, under your shirt. If you have smaller bags in your purse.
Don't let your children.
So don't just throw them in your purse. Again, an easy thing. They're going to tell you, open up your purse. They're going to be sitting right there.
That's why women have many bags.
Exactly. Tibble thinks I'm like she's onto something. I think she was a klepto in her past too.
Okay, for sure. She's totally got so much klepto energy. I can't even.
Absolutely, which is why I think we'd be best friends. If you ever want to check out our podcast, by the way.
We know your name's Sarah. That's all we know.
We do know your name is Sarah, and I think No, I couldn't figure out who she is.
I have no idea.
I feel like she's got the bubble bath nails. She's got the beautiful blonde hair. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I don't know anything about her.
Yeah.
But anyways, Sarah Tibble, she's all about a small bag and a big bag.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I started that in middle school because if
you were stealing shit, putting it in a
yes,
small bag,
and you keep it open, and then as soon as you put everything in there, you quickly zip it.
What? Who, me?
Yeah.
I got nothing in here.
Exactly. Now, no, remember, there were 2 times that I was in a caught situation when it came to which the other story I will say for another time because it might honestly be more insane than the other one. Like I was talking about it with another bestie of mine, Rachel Duffy, and she was like,
that term is really good on.
Yeah.
Because you hung out with her this weekend and I didn't get a phone call, so
you're just reuniting with your children, so I was just letting you have a little.
It's like one thing to say, like Allie's a cousin, she's family, if I get blood, but like Rachel, love you, but like
Right. No, I hear you.
She gets it. She's also in a Negro.
Yes.
She understands.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. No, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, I was telling her this story because we were downtown and she was like, I can't believe you lived that. And I was like, yeah, it's become very normal to me, but now that we're like recapping it, it's actually kind of insane.
Insane.
Yeah. So anyways, I'll save that for another day, but I say that to say, I have to have my accessories. I have been an accessories girl. Oh my gosh. Speaking of, my niece Ella, who
so cute.
She is made of sugar. I love her more than life. Like I love her. I love her so much. She got her ears pierced today.
No.
I'm sick that I couldn't go there. I couldn't be there with her. But she did them in Charlotte. She didn't even flinch.
Of course she didn't.
Like,
of course she didn't.
Let me tell you, the days of getting your ears pierced have changed from when we did it. Because it was a 1, 2, 3, ka-cha! Like it was like
I was like I think 15. Okay.
That's crazy.
Because I was so nervous.
Really? I mean, I understand. It really is kind of scary.
There was a part of me that was like, I wish my mom had done it when I was a baby. So I didn't have to go through this shame of wearing clip-ons.
Yeah, and that's insane. I cannot imagine in middle school wearing clip-ons. No, I think I got my ears pierced when I was 8. And I begged for it. And I did it in pure me fashion, the exact same way I got my nose pierced, where I was just like, we walked past piercing together, and I was like, I want to get my ears pierced.
Oh, have I told you when I got my nose pierced?
No, I don't think so.
I wasn't on medication, so I was having an OCD, whatever, like being super moody.
Okay.
I was at the beach with Tara.
And for some reason, I knew.
With my family.
Also, did you see Alfreda's comment on our post?
Yes.
Alfreda,
you gotta listen to the podcast.
You do have to listen, but that was hilarious.
It was so funny.
That was so funny.
Funny. She's one of the
chef's
funniest,
kiss.
She's one of the funniest people I know.
That was one of the best comments we've gotten in so long. Sorry, keep going. You're at the beach with Tara.
I'm at the beach with Tara, but with my family.
Oh.
Michael's there. Chris Davidson's there with Tara before he starts dating my sister. Shocking.
Interesting. We're there.
All 3 of them pissed me
Didn't see
off.
that coming. Okay.
I got in my car, my green 4Runner, left, went to Broadway at the beach, nose pierced, single tear shed down my face, came back, and I said, notice anything different about me? They didn't. And then we went on.
And then you're pissed again?
Yep.
No.
I was like 19.
That's wild.
That's literally the most me thing
I've really
ever
is.
heard.
It really is.
You're gonna piss me off? Great. I'll go defile my body.
Yeah. I'll go put a hole in my nose then.
And think you're gonna care. They don't.
They don't.
Never did.
Yep. They still don't know you got your nose pierced.
They were pissed that I left without telling them.
And
reasonable,
understandable.
Now
at the beach with your family, being hosted by your family, and you.
And I have 3 friends there.
I get it. Yeah.
And I say, fuck y'all, gotta go.
Yeah, no, that's tough. Yeah, no, when I got my nose pierced, I told my mom I was gonna get my nose pierced when I moved out. She was like, no, you're not. And I was like, no, well, I am.
She said, and test me in this, oh Lord.
Literally, she said, I was like, literally, I will. I was like, as soon as I graduate, like, I want to get my nose pierced. And I was like, honestly, you should just let me do it right now. And I don't know what happened, and she was just like,
okay,
fine.
She was probably like, I can control this scenario.
True. So I walk into whatever 3 with my mother, and she is absolutely petrified for her life.
Feels right.
I take 2 Advil before.
You're not supposed to do that.
No, you're not.
It's a blood thinner, baby.
It's a blood thinner.
I learned that when I got my first wax downstairs.
Interesting.
Sarah Ridgway yelled at me. She said, sweetheart.
Don't do that.
And I said, you should have told me.
Yeah, she's the keeper of all knowledge, so that makes sense. I love Sarah Ridgway.
Yeah.
But for real, I didn't know that. So I was like, oh, I'm going to get ahead of the pain. Like, in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm smart. He puts that needle through my nose. I'm not joking when I say, poured down my face. My mother, white as a sheet in the corner. She's already so stressed because the man has like 17-inch gauges.
Yep.
And very nice, honestly. But just,
man.
little rough around the edges. I get it. And blood comes pouring, and she's like, I've just killed my daughter.
Yeah,
She's done. She's
She's
done.
bleeding out through her nose.
Yeah, and then we walked up, and she paid for my $55 nose piercing.
Yeah,
and
she
we
did.
walked out.
I
So
did
anyways,
that when I was 18 with the tattoo that I had to drive to Georgia because it was face and neck.
yeah, which you freaking got rid of, and I'm so mad at you for. It was such a perfect piece
It was horrible.
of history.
It wasn't.
No, it was. It was.
The-
I wish I had a photo.
The real ones, who know?
Oh, that's true. That's a part of your lore for sure.
Right.
Like, if you actually know Hayden, then you're going to know not only that she had a tattoo,
But what it
where
was
it was,
where
and what it was. And what it was for. Because I know all three. Let me just say.
Spring break golfing, baby.
Thank God. Thank God for it. Anyways, let me get back to this. So we need my accessory shelf because my niece Ella, she gets her ears pierced. It was so sweet. I'm so excited for her.
I can't believe she did that today. That's
And
so fun.
I know it was a spring break fun thing.
Oh,
and
cute.
We're going to Color Clay Cafe tomorrow. It's very exciting. But I say all this to say, it was just so fun to like get that photo because I was like, oh my gosh, this was when so much started for me. Was when I got my ears pierced.
Because all the accessories came into play.
Exactly. Like, I remember going to Clear's immediately, and I'm not joking, this time with my mother, paid for,
Not
getting so many earrings. Like, I was like, this summer, you're not going to know what to do with me. Like, I remember getting these red, white, and blue star dangle earrings, and I thought, the boys at Litchfield?
I know exactly which ones
you know
you're
the
talking
ones? You know the ones?
about. I know exactly which ones
Got
you're
them,
talking about.
and they were my prized possessions. They were modern day Mignon Gavigan back in the day.
Couldn't say that if you paid me.
Nope, you couldn't.
Tried to.
You know what I bought yesterday? San Pellegrino.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I can't.
Or if you're Hayden, San Pellegrino.
Okay. I'm from Anderson. Thank you very much.
It's my favorite thing in the world.
I will not say any more to that. I will not even give that credit.
And you know, it is time to go to yours.
Okay, so if I'm on a desert island, what's number one that I'm bringing?
Yeah. Don't tell me you forgot them.
No, I know them.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think of which one's most important, and I think number one is lamps.
Absolutely.
Not a specific lamp.
Just lamps.
As many as I can find.
As many as she can carry.
And get my hands on.
Yeah.
Currently, we're in our living room. My living room. Our living room.
I live
We're
here
in
too.
our living room. If we could live on a compound today.
All day.
All day.
Wouldn't heartbeat.
In the living room, I currently have 4 lamps turned on. In the dining room, there's 4 lamps turned on. In the kitchen, there's 3 lamps turned on, plus the sconces. And here's the reality. If I'm on an island and the sun is my only form of light and or moon, I'm unhappy.
Yeah.
I've got
gonna work.
to define the ambiance.
Yes.
Ambiance?
Ambiance, but it's fine.
I've got to define it, and I do that via lamp.
Ambulance.
I swear to God. I'm done. You're moving out. I'm kicking you out.
Call the movers.
You don't live here anymore.
Oh, no, not my home.
Not my home.
Not my home.
Anywhere but my home with all the lamps.
All my lamps, my furniture's here, my dresser.
My accessory
My
shelf.
accessory shelf. All these pagoda dogs, you only got 25 of
First of all,
them.
no. I'm not
We're
even
gonna put them on the Instagram.
I'm not
It's
even
good.
going to defend the dog.
It's good. No, and you shouldn't because I love them. But it's just so funny.
Callie looks at me and goes, now, when you told me you were ordering all those dogs, I didn't get it. And now I think I kind of do get it.
Yeah. It said,
Then
"Love
she goes,
dogs."
not for me.
Which is, let's make that clear.
The funniest thing you could say.
I won't be ordering them, but happy for you.
Not for me, but for you, no, I get it.
Yeah, for that link, you can save it.
Yeah.
Don't send it. Yeah, lamps.
Lamps.
You are lamps. That is the sentence.
I love lamps.
You are lamp.
I am lamp.
You really are.
Not because I'm the light of the world.
Of course not.
Because I'm the darkness and
You're
I
the
gotta
opposite.
turn something
Yeah.
on. I am the darkness.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I gotta have lamps.
Gotta have lamp. And honestly, I love that about you.
I hate overhead lighting.
Yeah, it's horrible. Offensive, terrible.
Candle lights. Sorry.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much you can dim them, hate them.
Yep.
In our house that we're renovating, my electrician comes in and he's like, okay, we're gonna probably do cans in this room, right? And I'm like, get out.
You don't know me at all.
I'm about to fire you.
You don't know me at all.
Get out.
Yeah.
I will. No, one, not historically accurate. Number one. Number two, what am I going to use this for? Am I deep cleaning my home?
Truly.
I don't need to see what shit's on the ground. I just need to see like a nice little shadow.
Yep.
And I can do that with my lamp.
Yep. you can like play games with lamps. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Does that make sense? Like it's just like
There's a time. Do you follow Chris Loves Julia?
yes.
Okay. She did this like series, and I like felt this on a spiritual level. Some of her stuff I love, some of it I don't. But she did this thing where it was like lamp o'clock, and there's a time of day where you're transitioning from
Yes.
day to evening.
Yes.
And I am this way. I walk through the house and I turn on every single lamp,
Mm-hmm.
and it like sets me up for the night.
Mm-hmm.
In the same way that when I wake up in the morning and I make my bed, I'm like setting myself up for the day. I'm setting myself up for the evening by having my lamps on. Now let me tell you something. Michael Wilson hates a lamp. Thinks we're going broke because of the energy that the lamps are expending. I come home from a mahjong
Such
class.
a man.
Had I not turned on my lamps that I wanted turned on before,
Mm-hmm.
I come into total darkness.
Pitch black. Yep. Yep. Such a man move.
It's so desolate.
Yeah.
And I'm so unhappy.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I can't see anything.
What's happening?
Like, I mean, it's a nightmare.
Tripping over furniture. Yeah.
Tripping. I don't know who's in the corner.
Who's to say?
I'm about to tell you some lore that I don't think you know that I'm embarrassed of, but I'm going to say it.
Okay, I can't wait to hear it.
I slept with the light on until I got married to Michael.
I did not know that.
That's
wild.
that scared of the dark. And it was like,
Interesting.
it was like kind of rough when we first got married. Because I was like, well, I mean, I feel like leave it on. He's like, I literally can't sleep.
a full, like a lamp? Like you slept
one of
with a
those.
lamp on.
A lamp.
Mm-hmm. That's so interesting.
You want to know where it came from? Where the fear came from?
I do want to know.
I don't know which one it is, but it's one of the Saw movies.
Yeah.
Do you know the one
It's going to get you every time.
where he or she, I don't remember, is taking the photos and the flash is on because the lights have been cut off.
Yes.
And the flash
Yes.
is the only thing.
Yes.
And you don't see anything with the flash. You don't see anything with the flash. You don't see and then there's fucking whatever jigsaw.
Yep.
And I said, never in my life
Will I let that happen?
will I let that happen.
Not on my watch.
If I wake up in the middle of the night, a light's on.
That's right. And what's the murder? What's going to murder him? A lamp.
A lamp. Did I get good sleep the first 21 years of my life? No.
Probably not.
Did I need it? No. I had to be ready for jigsaw.
Yeah, I honestly can understand that. I was not scared of. I mean,
I still am terrified of the dark.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can definitely spook myself out.
Mm-hmm.
So in middle school, you know, when it was super cool to watch scary movies.
Why? Can we break that right now in all the middle schoolers?
100%.
I want to break it.
If I ever have children, not happening.
Not happening.
That can be the thing that I'm uncool about. You know what I mean? Like, there's gonna be some stuff that I'm like, yeah, cool, chill, whatever.
There's psychological warfare that I'm still fighting.
To this
from
day.
The Grudge too.
Literally, to this day. And and the thing is, I wasn't even the girl I wasn't the girl ever wanting to watch the scary movie. I was always the one that was just like, okay, we have to because everyone wants to.
Right.
So I only watched a handful compared to other kids, and I'm telling you, I am still messed up from them.
100%.
100%.
Should not be watching them now.
No.
I do have a good scary story. Scary.
Okay.
Scary movie story. Scary movie story.
There it is. Yep.
Okay. This is wild.
Mm-hmm.
The only comment that we got on our last episode was the thing about my parents having sex.
Yes.
This is more lore behind that.
Yeah. That was shocking.
I'm in 8th grade. In my neighborhood, it's a golf course neighborhood. It's not a country club. Don't get it twisted, but there is a golf course. And we all had golf carts. And there was this kid who lived on the other side of my neighborhood who I was really good friends with. He didn't have a golf cart, but they were getting one. They just moved there from a different neighborhood. So we have this golf cart. Me and my 4 best friends at the time. I'm not going to say their last names because I don't know what kind of legal things I'm in. But Caitlin, Tara, Molly. They come over for spend the night. Whatever. And the guy that lives across the neighborhood, Avery, has Will, Brent, and Austin. I don't even remember the last guy. And so it's like 4 guys, 4 girls. We're like,
nothing matter.
We're about to get
in the same neighborhood. Wild.
And I can drive. I'm in 8th grade. I can drive my golf cart.
Yeah.
I'm cool as shit.
Yeah. That's peak.
So I go pick him up.
Mm-hmm.
We go over there. He cocking.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
I think Molly and Will were dating at this point and had been dating for a really long time. And then Caitlin and Austin maybe were flirting around each other. No, there was another guy there and I don't remember who it was. I wanted to date Brent so bad.
Yeah.
He was taller than me and had been from the beginning. He'd also had sex before anyone else, which was super appealing to me.
Yeah.
I was like, purely for the fact that he knew what was going on, I was like, tell me more.
I'm intrigued.
So, 2 things going for him. Taller than me, knew what sex was. Was I attracted to him? Probably not. Just had the right height. So,
but at that time,
huge.
Nothing more valuable. There
was this kid named Jordan Fushi. I'm sorry I said his last name. He was shorter than me, and he was obsessed with me.
Love that.
And I wouldn't give him the time of day. Now he is taller than me. He's a drummer, and at one point I was like, that's kind of hot, but no longer. But because he was shorter than me, I was like, bro, I literally can't be seen with you.
Yeah, can't happen.
Literally, you are so embarrassing.
Yep.
Anyways.
My first 2 boyfriends, probably a foot shorter than me.
Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I had such a complex. I was like, if you're taller than me, doesn't matter if you look like a fucking troll.
Yeah.
I'm into you.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, so we're sitting on my parents' couch. And I am sitting beside Brent. I don't know who's sitting here because I'm so focused on what's going on with Brent. And I'm sitting like super nervous, super like whatever. And I have my sweaty ass palm on the leather of my my parents' brown couch. Brown leather. Sweat. Just hormones.
Yep.
And I'm waiting for him to touch this sweaty hand and hold it.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Spoiler, he doesn't.
And they never do.
They never do.
They never do.
But I'm like, at any point, and the whole time I'm like, okay, when's it gonna happen? When's it gonna happen? What's gonna happen? When do you think he's gonna, should I like move it a little bit? And then I move it back because I get nervous, whatever. We've all been there. To break up my internal monologue, my dad walks through the house from the kitchen to his bedroom, which passes us in the living room, which is where Saul is on the TV. And he screams at the top of his lungs. He's a loud ass man. He goes, Hayden, take these boys home. Me and your mother gotta wrestle. And then goes into his bedroom and shuts the door.
Tough.
To this day, if I see Will, the guy that was there, I haven't seen him in 10 years. If I saw him today, the first thing he would say is, how's your dad? And cackle. Because
that's something that sticks with you. It
was so startling.
Yeah.
And they're all like, Hayden's dad's getting laid tonight, my God. Like, and I'm like looking at Brent like, you could too if you just hold my fucking hand. Like, I don't know, what do you mean?
It's your own fault.
Like, my hand's sweaty, yeah, but it's wet.
I've got other things to offer.
Like, I'm tall. I'm interested. And, willing. Yeah.
Well, and I gotta tell you, I think without that golf cart, that would have been social suicide for you.
100%.
The golf cart kept you afloat?
It kept me afloat, but also Will kept me afloat.
Okay.
Because he, at the time, saw the humor that it was.
And, we gotta respect a guy like that.
And thank God for him, because he busted out laughing. The rest of everyone was like,
yeah.
He busted out laughing.
That's amazing.
And thought it was funny. And so then everyone felt comfortable enough to laugh. And so we made it into a bit. And thankfully I was ugly enough earlier than this that I had humor.
Yes.
As a tool.
Yes. Again, that's a whole other episode.
We wielded it.
Yes.
And it turned out to be, but truly, if I went to a wedding today of people from high school and Will was there, he would be like, what's up, your dad, man? He's still getting it all.
What a legacy.
And I'm like, why does everyone know about my parents' sex life?
Yeah. Well,
that's Jim Markley's fault.
Yeah. And it's active, unlike most of our parents. You know what I mean?
And
so,
do I thank God for it, or do I say,
why me?
Why me?
Blessing or curse?
Curse.
You decide.
All right, what's your second thing?
My second thing, wow.
Yeah.
We've gotten really far.
We've done well.
My second thing is the Peacock app.
Not an iPad.
Not an iPad.
Not an iPhone. What are you watching on the Peacock app?
Everything. I'm telling you, by far my most used app. By far.
This is a hilarious one to bring.
Yeah, and this is where you have to go with me here.
You have to have imagination.
Right? Okay, don't ask me about internet. Don't ask me about Wi-Fi. Don't ask me about...
It's just the Peacock app.
It's just the Peacock app. I have to have it. I have to have it. It is my lifeblood. Like, what did I just say about raising her kids? You know what? Gus and Lark would know about if they were being raised by
Trixie
me?
Mattel.
They would know about Trixie Mattel. They would know about Nene Leakes. They would know about Kyle Richards. They would know about the things of culture.
They would.
AKA Bravo. And so I can't say that they're I'm just saying that there's things they're going to miss out on because they're not being raised by me.
You are their pseudo aunt.
Oh, 100%. And so I try and bring it as much as I can, but right now one's my puppy dog, one's my kitty cat. It's
we're in a different stage.
We're in a different stage, and we'll get there. We'll get there. But anyways,
yep.
And they don't have names, by the way. They're literally just my puppy dog and my kitty cat.
Yeah.
They both were my puppy dogs, but then Lark
found out what a cat was.
She found out her own identity, which I'm proud of her for.
Yeah, love that.
She took a cat nap today. Anyways, love all this to say. I want the peacock cat because there is nothing better than settling in on a couch, on a bed, on a wherever you are, clicking that peacock app, and having every housewife franchise.
So is that where Bravo lives?
That's where Bravo. Where Bravo lives.
You really had a hard time.
It's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough.
It's late. It's the tough about.
It is, and I've been talking all day. You know, I came over here earlier. I was
So
I'm probably over my word count at this point, but yeah, we're gonna keep going.
Over my word count is so good.
It's probably true. But to click it open and to know you have every housewife franchise, to know you have every season of Southern Charm, to know you have every season of Southern Hospitality, to know that you have movies. Have I ever watched a movie on Peacock? Absolutely not. But would I? Absolutely. Like there are just so many options. The only thing it's missing, and I'll say this right now, and I'm telling you, I think this is where it's headed. The only thing it's missing is my favorite show of all time, The Mindy Project.
I knew you were going to say it.
Because you know it's my favorite.
Okay, but what's it on right now?
It's on Netflix, but it's leaving soon.
Okay,
so it's also on Hulu, but I think it's moving to Peacock.
Okay, wait, is it still on Hulu? I thought they took it off Hulu to put it on Netflix.
No. I think it's been on both.
Oh.
And that's why I think it's had a shorter stint on Netflix. So now I think it's coming to Peacock. And I'm telling you, and you need to know that Wicked, tomorrow, I'm pretty sure,
is it coming on?
Is coming on Peacock. Mm-hmm. So then I won't need anything else. I don't even know what's going on else in the world because I don't care. Because it's all, whatever is happening on Peacock is what I want to have.
I don't know that I realized that much was on it.
It's everything.
All I watch Peacock for is SNL. Okay,
but even still, like, you've got SNL, you've got the SNL documentary,
which is great. You need to watch it.
It's incredible. It's incredible. It's the most recent thing I've watched that I have smiled through the entire thing.
Yes, and like, not thought provoking because that feels too serious, but it's like made me think about like, this isn't as unattainable as it seems.
100%. These are all random, normal people.
Can I say something?
Sure.
This might be the champagne talking.
Probably.
I think that had I not been religious, I would be famous right now.
And you know what's hilarious?
You think the same.
But not with religion. If I was skinny. And I know that's toxic. But I believe that to my core. To my core.
Oh.
I think if I was a size 2, none of y'all would know me personally. It would only be from what TMZ tells you.
That is
I really believe that.
So good. So you're telling me you'd be like a Laguna Beach star as opposed to like a comedian, because I feel like my body type works comedian wise. Like, I feel like I could have made it as a comedian 10 years ago.
No, for sure. Yeah, totally. No, I definitely think I would have been in the reality world, but I think the thing about it is...
I could see you on reality shows.
Totally. I think the thing is, what reality kind of started in was like the most famous person was the villain.
Yeah.
You know, whoever came in and called the most, like the most chaos, the most whatever drama, that was the person that was the most famous. I think reality TV has kind of shifted. Now, obviously you have to have your chaos makers to make good TV. But I'm telling you, the rise of the funny girl is happening.
We've said it before.
It's a whole other episode. I cannot wait to talk about it because it consumes me. But the rise of the funny girl, I'm telling you, Molly O'Connell, you don't know who I'm talking about.
So sorry.
But Molly O'Connell on Southern Charm has brought new life to that show. And if you're watching this season, you know she is hilarious. Now it also helps that she is a literal model. She is so beautiful. She was on America's Next Top Model.
Was she ugly before? How did she get funny?
That's the thing. I don't know.
We need to do a deep dive.
Yeah, that's what's so intriguing about her.
Because she's either sold her soul to the devil,
totally,
or she was ugly as shit growing up.
Absolutely.
And I need to know which one it was.
We have to know which one it was.
Because I'm willing to sell my soul to the devil.
And I know that about you. And I'll watch it go.
Satan's mistress. Oh, Hayden.
Oh, Hayden, you know the one.
Goes into the Bible. Hayden, Satan's mistress.
Watch out for her.
Fuck.
No, but I'm telling you, the rise of the funny girl is happening. So I say that to say, I don't have it in me. I'm just gonna, you know this about me. I do not have it in me to even pretend like I'm the villain. I just don't.
I do.
You do, absolutely.
Desperately.
But
And I'd be so offended by it.
Yeah, and you really would. It would be such a juxtaposition for you.
Wild.
But it was like, I don't have that in me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't be the Kristen Cavallari. I can't be, that was on Laguna Beach, or the Hills. I can't be the Shannon Ford.
Which, Kristen Cavallari.
What a funny, like, turnaround event there that is.
We're Team Shannon here.
Yeah, absolutely love
her.
In
this house.
And then for me in my house. We love our country mouse.
As for me in my house, we love our country mouse. I'm screaming.
Oh my god, that's funny. That one was the champagne.
That one got me.
That one's funny. I say that to say, I do think that I could have gone on and been the funny girl
and made it,
and made it my thing. And then I do think that I would have been very interested in. Not necessarily. I don't know if I would have taken the path of like going on a comedy tour or an SNL. I don't know which kind of path, but I do think I would try and find myself there.
Yeah,
maybe a sitcom. I
feel like comedy tours and or like meet and greets and or that kind of like vibe is a new door that's been opened up for people that like I don't feel like someone like Shannon Ford 10 years ago would have done this.
Yeah.
If it was Shannon Ford exactly how she is today 10 years ago, that's true. Her goal.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
Same with Hannah Berner or like, you know, whatever. Like, you're not going to try to get a Netflix special, but Netflix has made this Netflix special thing a huge ordeal.
That's like the feather you have to have in your cap.
Right.
Yeah.
I hear you, and I think you're right. I think you would have been reality TV to a T, 100%. I don't think I would have been fine being framed as a villain, but I do think I would have been running the comedy circuit,
which makes sense because you can write your own narrative there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
and,
you're not being played by producers. You're not being moved. Like, it makes sense.
I can make myself a villain if I want to be.
Yes, absolutely. And I think in some of your jokes that you would, you know what I mean? Like, I think you would absolutely love.
Self-deprecation is my favorite.
Yes, like you would love like playing that field.
Yeah.
But I think you would love the fact that you can write your own narrative. With
I don't think I would have been famous until like now, like 10 years later. But I think had I not had religion in the way, and here's the thing, I don't think religion's a bad thing.
Yeah, we respect whatever you believe.
100%. My experience and journey with it is this. I was so bought into what I was bought into, and what I was bought into told me that I was nothing without a savior. And that did a horrible number on my self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
And it's taken a decade for me to be like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm amazing.
Yeah.
And if I felt that way at 21,
yeah,
I probably would have been a cokehead. But
that's probably true.
But would I have been a cokehead on Saturday Night Live? Who's to say?
The world is your oyster. Yeah.
Pete Davidson's only 7 days older than me, younger than me.
Yeah.
We could have taken the world by storm together.
100%. Totally agree.
And in that alter ego life, I would have also been a lesbian, and he would have been my best friend.
Yeah, of course.
I don't remember how we got here.
Me neither. Oh. You said that yes, that you definitely think that you would be famous if you didn't have religion. I said I definitely would be famous if I was.
But you would be reality TV, and absolutely. I would be starving artist.
Yeah, I do think that's true. I do think that's true.
Yeah.
And I don't really know. There are like very obvious things as to why we would go those two different paths, but it's like, it's so interesting that it is so like we know that you'd go down that path, and we know I'd go down that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of who I am today, which I think being in your 20s and being unsure of yourself, religion or not, it's pretty standard. That's
right, totally.
Normal.
Yeah, that's just your 20s.
I think being in your 30s and kind of coming into your own, like, that's a whole, like, that's also normal.
Yep.
But I really do think, I was told I was funny by people whose opinions didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And had I been told I was funny by people whose opinions did, and I don't mean literally like Hollywood versus not. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I was told I was funny by white guys who ran a church. Like, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, had I been told I was funny by like a theater teacher or someone who like had connections to that sort of like world, I think it would have been like, okay, the world is my oyster. But because of religion, the world wasn't my oyster. My oyster was whatever Jesus Christ wanted me to do.
Yeah. Or really, whatever.
New Spring Church wanted me to do.
Leadership and wanted you to do.
Who were only 5 years older than me.
Right. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
You hear that? 5 years older than me.
No, and okay, this is the last thing we'll say, and then we will get back on topic. But you said the thing about like if a theater teacher or whatever.
Yeah.
I had this thought yesterday actually while I was scrolling TikTok because there was this little girl. She was probably like 7, and she was singing Wicked, dressed up as Elphaba as like singing the soundtrack to Wicked and singing so hard it was incredible.
Love.
And the caption was like something like, "You can always find a theater kid wherever you're, wherever they are." And I was so obsessed with her like unwillingness to hold back. Now, obviously, she's still very young. 7 was maybe a little too young. She's probably like 10 or 11, but she is singing as loud as she possibly can with everything in her. She doesn't
have embarrassment yet.
Yeah, but I also like she literally was in theater because I went and stalked the family, of course.
As one does.
She literally is, and I was like, you know what? I think dance did this for me in a huge way, like huge. It made me go out and perform and put myself in like uncomfortable or like even scary situations and push through them. But I wish that I would have had theater on top of that.
Yeah.
Because I think there is still part of me that like will hold back because I was the kid that was like
bullying the theater kids.
Yeah, like I wanted to be cool and that's what I wanted to be.
We know.
And so it was like I'm not gonna look stupid because the second I look stupid, you can make fun of me the way I make fun of you.
Right.
And I'm ruthless.
Karma's a bitch,
I'm ruthless, honey. I can't do that. I can't let that come back on me.
Yeah.
And so, but I just was like, man, like I think that is such a beautiful thing about theater, art, whatever. Like it is just a like the world is yours. Go and take it.
It's a different universe.
It is. And
even,
it's awesome.
Even in Anderson, which it was small and like it was what it was. Like when I was in it, it was a different universe.
Yeah.
Now, did I think I was better than it because I had religion? Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course. Though that was you with everything with that.
Well, and did I have a Bible on my desk ready for you to ask me about it? Yeah. Was I a fucking idiot? Yeah. We all know. We get it.
Yeah. 2 things could be true. Kelsey Ballerini told us that.
Did she?
She sure did.
Did we get started on this because of the Peacock app?
I think so. And how we got there, I'll never know.
It's a journey.
It's a trail, but the steps have been washed.
Washed by the water.
Yeah.
Like we were in a river when we were in Hawaii. I bathed in a river.
She did bathe in a river, and I did too.
We all did.
And
then took nice photos of myself.
Yep. What will be my Christmas card? Is what you need to understand.
Right,
if you're on the Christmas card list, let me tell you, that's what you're getting.
Do you want to be?
My Hawaii, yes. Yeah, because, this past year, I could only send out like 10 because we were on a budget.
Well, you're going to be on a budget this year too. Don't front.
Listen.
Don't front.
Let me dream.
Okay. All right.
This year, I'm manifesting it right now. I'd like for you guys to be my witness. I'm going to send out 100 Christmas cards. And I'm getting a golf cart for Christmas.
You're going to get carpal tunnel on your hand.
Well,
things.
Yeah,
you don't write, you do.
I do mint it, of course I do.
Yeah.
Not this past year, though. I had to make my own, honey.
She was on Canva going,
woo, honey. Humble beginnings. No, I'm going to do minted because we're going to have a minted ad.
Yeah.
In our podcast. And
we do need to start cold calling.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I know how to dream, sister, is what you need to understand. And I'm going to have me a golf cart. Now, it might be from Facebook Marketplace.
That's fine.
It might be a fixer-upper.
Still a goddamn golf cart.
And I'm going to be whipping around the neighborhood.
Skirt.
I'll say, I'm coming over.
You're going to have green lights underneath.
Open the door.
And he's going to say, yeah.
You're going to have green. I'm obviously going to have pink or lavender or blue.
Right. Or all three at the same time.
Or all three. Rainbow, actually, is what I'm going to
have.
Anywho, okay, we're back to you. We need your second thing.
My second thing is
dear
pills.
God. Pills, yes.
What pills, you ask? All of them.
All of them. All of them in a little container labeled for anything you need. It is wild. Pills also include what?
Peppermint.
Of course.
And ginger mints.
Of course. Because she ain't going anywhere without them.
They're my emotional support.
They are.
They have
even in Hawaii where there's no problems.
They have been there with me through the thick and thin.
She ain't ever gonna love
These are the lisp, not
Have you ever thought about maybe I'm jealous of your peppermints? You should think about that.
You're literally not.
But you should think about it.
Tell me there's one thing you're jealous of, and I will be thrilled. Until that day, whatever. My pills are included but not limited to Advil liquid gels.
Obviously.
Tylenol. Because did you know? Ibuprofen and acetaminophen different medicines.
We got a doctor in the house.
Ibuprofen's a muscle relaxer, and if I got restless leg, I got to take the ibuprofen. If I got a headache, I take the acetaminophen. Okay.
Of course.
We got Gas X because if I eat too much, I gotta let some gas out.
She loves a Gas X.
And you do too. Don't front.
No, not like you do. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Now Tums, I'll eat a Tums.
And I hated Tums. And you are a psycho bitch that does the Tums fruity. The only Tums I'll do is mint, and the only time I'm eating Tums is when I'm pregnant.
Oh, disgusting! I'd actually rather sleep in the road.
I cannot
than take a Tums mint.
I cannot.
And I mean that.
Look at you right
now.
A
busy one.
I cannot look.
Put
at
me
you.
in I-85. Over a Tums mint. Disgusting.
Yeah, you need medical attention, like we've told multiple times tonight.
True.
Okay. I got my Xannies,
of course,
and or Klonopin, whichever one my doctor's just prescribing at the time. We got Zoloft, because if I go 2 days without Zoloft, you don't recognize her.
Yeah.
We got Wellbutrin, because that's for my sex drive, because the Zoloft kills the sex drive. Okay. We got I don't remember, Synthroid. That's for my thyroid. I got thyroid problems.
Not my thyroid.
We got Prilosec.
Bill, it's my thyroid again.
We got Prilosec because my other thing I'm gonna bring in my desert island, I'm so sorry, is lemon.
Oh, absolutely.
And your girl's got acid reflux because the lemon. I put lemon in my Coke. I put lemon in my cocktails. I put lemon
in everything.
Everything I can find.
She's gonna squeeze a lemon. She's gonna eat a lemon. She's gonna dehydrate a lemon and then eat it.
Yeah.
She loves a lemon.
So I got acid reflux. So I got to take my Prilosec. I got to take my Allegra D.
Y'all, she ain't joking.
I ain't joking. I got Mucinex just in case I catch a cold.
Just in case.
I got cough medicine in case I catch a cold. I got amoxicillin in case I catch something that's bacterial. I got Tamiflu in case I catch the flu. Do I get all of my prescriptions filled no matter what? Yeah, you never know when the end of the world's gonna happen. I learned this from Alfred Scott. Second shout out of the night.
Shout out, girl.
She sent me to Africa with shit I'd never seen before.
And thank God for it.
Thank God for it.
Yeah.
What else? What other kind of pills I got?
Let's see. I'm trying to think of what I've taken from you.
Bonon.
You do have that. She gonna have her Bonon and her Dramamine.
I'm gonna tell you. No. Dramamine puts me to sleep.
But you still have it.
Well, and you're right, I do. But I never know. I never know who in my party's gonna need it.
And that's the thing. She keeps Dramamine on her to give it to other people.
Yeah.
She keeps Bonon on her to take herself.
Yeah. Well, if you need something, I can't give you my Bonon because I need it.
She's gonna have it. Yeah, because the motion sickness is gonna get her if she's not ahead of it. Which I respect.
Every time we got in Suburban, I took it.
Yeah, but the thing is I respect that. I don't love if someone knows they get motion sickness or motion sick,
sure.
I don't love when it can be prevented
and they don't.
I'm like, why are you making yourself miserable, babe?
I will never live in discomfort.
No, yeah, yes,
ever,
yeah. As shown by your 15 blankets that are around us, your heating pad that is behind you.
Who, me?
Your extra deep sofa.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I will never live in discomfort.
Yeah.
I'll have wipes.
Oh, always gonna have a wipe. Which we
bathed with. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're welcome.
I'm telling you, we use no less than 100. And again, when you see the Christmas card, you're gonna be shocked too. You're gonna be shocked. I didn't put it on Instagram because I said this is gonna have to wait.
I'm gonna have some powder dry shampoo in there somewhere.
Absolutely, she's always gonna have dry shampoo.
It's just baby powder, baby. That's the secret.
No, that's true. They all lie to us.
And the baby powder can be used between your legs if you got chafing.
That's true. Oh, that's one thing I'm always gonna have on me is my Mega Babe Thank
God for Katie Storino.
I will die for her.
Same. Today. Same.
We're gonna do like an idols one, or like a people we look up to.
Great one.
She's number one. I'm stealing her too bad. No, you can't have her. She's mine.
For you and for me. Who's to say? You're gonna have to listen to 5.
That's right. Think about it. Yeah. So, anyways, you gonna bring your pills.
I'm gonna bring my pills, and now we've learned my lemons.
Yeah, those things are gonna have to be there.
We're gonna have the dehydrated kind, but also we're gonna probably have a lemon tree because I gotta populate the island with my lemons.
That's right, because it's gotta be a pretty island.
It's the Amalfi Coast.
It's the Amalfi Coast, which I've been to.
Well, and same. I've been to Capri. All right, what's your third one?
A third one. This one I feel like I can go quicker on. My third one's my Jeep. And I do specifically. I don't mean a car. I mean my
Your
Jeep.
Jeep is on a ferry. You get stranded. You say, I'm about to skirt this brother
I will
in.
give the rest of my money to get my Jeep over here.
Yes.
Are there roads? No.
You gonna pay them.
But am I going to drive? Yes. And am I driving the crew? Yes. Absolutely.
Anywhere we go, Morgan's like, I can drive.
I'll drive.
I feel like
No, we can take my car.
Did it kill you in Hawaii?
Absolutely.
With Derek driving?
Absolutely. I wanted to drive so badly because
You're like, I wanted to rent the car so that my name
so
is
that
on
I could know that it's me. Like everyone's just gonna assume because again, Derek rented the car, so everyone just assumed Derek's gonna drive.
Mm-hmm. You're like, no.
I wanted it to be in my name, and again, it's nothing against Derek. It is literally just because if I'm in a car,
Morgan's gotta drive.
I want to drive it.
I wish you would have because I would have sat in the front seat the whole time.
Right,
and I would have had to take it all the back.
And that was the thing when a guy was driving, it was like, oh, assumed a guy's gonna sit up there.
Well, and here's the thing: this is another newspring shit that we all have to.
Yeah, this I got over a long time ago. You and Michael, for some reason,
we're over it, but we're not.
Yeah, it's still.
And I didn't even. I worked there for like part time for like 2 months. The church that we went to wouldn't allow. So fucking stupid.
It's wild. I bet a lot of people do this though, but
I mean, I get it, kind of, but I don't.
I don't.
Also,
I never did.
Wouldn't allow you to ride if you were driving and you were a male. You couldn't have someone of the opposite sex, so female, in the front seat with you that was not your spouse.
They could be in the back seat.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now, as a spouse, I fucking love that.
That's the thing.
If I catch Michael driving around town with some bitch, I don't care if it's a coworker or not. I'm a killer.
This is why she's stuck on it. Because she actually loves the rule. That's the thing. She loves the rule.
Not for me, but for him, love it.
I never understood the rule. And again, we're not going to get into it because that's a whole other thing. But I never understood the rule because to me it was just like, what?
Right. Well, even with Callie in the back seat, I'm not going to sit up front with Derek. I'm not going to do it.
And see, that's why you're crazy. I'm going to tell you, me and Derek, just the two of us, when we were working at East Spring, we would go on our Starbucks runs, we'd go on our errands, we would just literally just bebop around because we were friends and it was just normal. It's like, it's only weird if you make it weird.
No, I get that, but I also am terrified of Callie. And she has a jealous bone.
She does. That's true.
And I'm not putting myself in that situation.
Yeah, I understand.
Because if Callie gets upset, Derek gets upset.
That's right. I was going to say.
I don't want both of them
is
on my ass.
Is it Derek being jealous? Yeah, that's a whole conundrum.
I don't want both of them on my ass.
Yeah, and it might be. No, yeah. Anyways, let's move on from that. But yeah, I'm gonna bring my Jeep because
hilarious.
I need my specifically Jeep Grand Cherokee. I'm not a Wrangler girl. I don't hate Wranglers. I think they're fun for a little bit, but that's not what I want to be driving around in 24/7.
Not who you are at the core.
Yeah, it's too shaky, too windy, too a lot of things.
You gotta have the windows be able to close.
Yeah, like I love a spontaneous moment and I love a little adventure, but I'm not the adventure girl. Does that make sense? Like yes. I'm riding the bucking Bronco in Hawaii because we are literally on 10-foot swells and loving every second of it. But like I'm not trying to have a Wrangler with no doors on at all times, you know. So my Jeep Grand Cherokee, of course, and that's really the thing is I know I'd lose Hayden. I know I would. Over nothing.
And you might get to keep the pills.
We'd be going straight. Oh, absolutely. If you don't think I'm keeping your Raffia Jimmy Choo, you done lost your mind. That thing's mine. You better put that thing in the wheel.
That one's sponsored by Mary Griffin.
And thank God for her. Happy birthday, by the way. Happy belated. But yeah, anyways, I say that to say, my Jeep Grand Cherokee is going to be on the island with me.
That's a really
and I'll just drive us everywhere. Whatever errands we need to run, I got you.
You want to do it?
I'm gonna run it.
On this island that has nothing on it.
Yeah, and who knows? I might start being an Uber driver. Entrepreneur, ever heard of it?
You gonna be skirting around the chickens.
I might call it
here we go.
Tutor. Because we tooting around the island.
I'm gonna put you in jail immediately. You're going to jail right
and
now.
You should. And you honestly should. Or put me in a creative brainstorm, honestly. See it both ways.
I do have a question. Should we stop at 3?
3 what?
Things that we're taking to the next island.
For a second, I thought you meant 3 hours.
You're like, should we keep on going?
I thought we could go.
We could go. I could go.
Yeah, I think so because my other one is funny, but it's not that funny.
I don't remember what my other ones are.
Your other one was your pills.
I got my pills, my lemons, and my lamps.
And your lamps. Oh.
And I really think that would be enough.
Yeah, I really do think so too.
I think that would be enough.
I think that would make you comfortable enough.
We
share things. We do have shared items. Yeah, we do have shared items.
First, Diet Coke.
Diet Coke.
Easy.
That's an obvious.
Fountain.
Fountain.
McDonald's straw.
Yep. McDonald's straw, styrofoam cup.
Styrofoam cup.
Don't mess it up.
Large ice. It doesn't need to melt quickly.
It doesn't need to melt quickly, Chick-fil-A. I swear you got it wrong. You think you got it right, but you got it wrong.
And honestly, if it's not in Morgan's koozie,
then, you know, something to consider.
What was the other shared one?
The other shared one was, I have it written down. How did we forget this?
I can't wait. What is it? What is it?
Burger King chicken fries.
Okay.
That's our sustenance.
Morgan and I, against all odds, are tethered together. Mm-hmm. Our souls are knitted, and the fibers are made up of Burger King chicken fries. The only thing that keeps us on the same wavelength is chicken fries.
Yeah. That's a very dramatic thing to say, but yes.
We're so different. And I have to think, what is it that keeps us together? Chicken fries. Should we DoorDash them?
And you know I will. If it's, 10 o'clock on the dot, you know. Post 10 o'clock, I always want a chicken fry. Always.
I'm unfortunately going to get us 24.
And thank God for it. Because that's one thing about us, too. We don't share them.
Why would we?
We don't share with each other. We don't share with our husbands.
Okay, yeah, so we were in Hawaii. They had a Burger King.
We had to get something. You know we had to swing through.
Was it post sushi night?
It was, yeah. I think it was post sushi night, yeah.
So we're like sitting there and we're going, okay, we do need to go get some chicken fries. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, how many do we get? Do we get like 3 to share? There's 6 people in the car.
6 people in the car. Adults.
Adults.
Yeah.
And I said, unfortunately, not a single person in this car will have one of mine.
No, absolutely not.
Morgan says the same.
Yep.
Michael and Derek go, we'll share.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Callie's asleep.
Callie's probably asleep. Clay's like, no, I'm good. It's fine.
It costs money.
Yeah, and I'm like, come on.
We're in Hawaii.
And money isn't real in Hawaii.
I did read a book recently.
Okay.
Called, hold on.
Chicken Fries for the Soul.
Oh my God, I think you've just found it. No, it's called Tempting Clay.
Whoa!
I couldn't read it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it was like, I gotta put this down.
Yeah, it's too much for you.
It was too close to home.
Yeah, I understand.
So we're gonna go DoorDash some chicken fries.
Yeah, we're busy. Don't call. Don't text.
I mean, we each had 5 because there were 2 shared Diet Coke and chicken fries.
Oh yeah, there you go. Perfect.
So great. We did go off on a lot of tangents.
We
tonight.
did,
but
I think you enjoyed the ride.
I think it was worth it.
Yeah, I feel like it was.
Ask your friends what you would bring to a desert island, and by desert island I mean deserted island.
Deserted island, yes.
Deserted island. And then tell us what you would bring for yourself. And if you think that we've got ours wrong, we'd love to know.
We'd love to know. We didn't.
But
I would love to know. If you have a hot take,
if
you have a hot take, you know we want to hear it.
I love a hot take.
We love it.
There's nothing I love more than screaming with people.
Yeah.
You and I are the perfect example.
I was about to say, I feel like that if we want to talk about our core values, like
screaming at each other.
You and I, screaming has to be one of them.
But at each other.
Yes, of course.
Not at a stranger. We won't
No.
We won't do it at a stranger.
We would never do that. No. But we've left people appalled before.
There have been Maj Mondays where we're yelling at each other because one of us won Maj and the other one didn't, and people are like, "Are y'all good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we've never been better."
100%. I'm like, this was us bonding.
This was us putting on a show for you. You're welcome.
100%. We were entertaining, and that's what you don't understand. And when you get on our level, you'll finally will.
You finally will.
But
that gave Alexander Hamilton.
Because, well, you know,
if you
we're related.
Quick story.
Yeah. Tell it.
George Washington does not have any legitimate children because he never bore children with Martha. Martha had children before she married him.
Interesting.
George Washington has stepchildren, but no blood-related children.
Wow.
A girl in my kindergarten class, her name was Lauren, I'm not going to say her last name, told everyone that she was a relative of George Washington. Literally, physically impossible.
Was her last name Washington?
No. In this moment in kindergarten, I'm 5-6 years old, and I look at her and I think, I like that. I'm going to start telling people that. Next year, first grade, they go, tell us an interesting fact about you. I go, I'm related to George Washington. It is not until years later.
Yes.
Well, someone goes, he didn't have any biological children. They were all stepchildren with Martha. That I realized how fucking stupid I was.
Yeah. You know, pays to do a little research every now and then.
And, you know, I didn't have access to Google at 7.
And that's on you.
I had LexisNexis.
And that's what?
You remember that?
No.
We're going to end this episode.
It's about time.
Now. We're going to put you out of your misery.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining in. And,
Lilas,
tell them what we're going to do.
We're gonna
scorch the air.
Bye.
See y'all later.